Hey guys, welcome back to Funtime XD, and today I'll be reviewing My Little Pony Equestria Girls Legend of Everfree. This movie, in my opinion, is shit. Now, I see what they were trying to do with this movie. They were trying to make a somewhat horror film, but most of this movie was just hanging out at camp. I mean, think about it. The majority of this movie, the main six, are just kind of relaxing at camp. And a couple of strange things happening at camp. So pretty much this is the movie. The main six having fun at camp with a little bit of signs of magic going around, and a couple of signs that Midnight Sparkle might be back. So that's pretty much the majority of the movie, and that would be fine as a short. I mean, like, as a short film, this movie would actually be a lot more entertaining. But for a 1 hour length movie, this was not really that interesting. And another thing I don't like about this movie is that Gloriosa is not really much of a threatening villain. All that she did in this movie was trap people. And now, don't get me wrong, that is pretty threatening. But look at all the other villains in the other Equestria Girls movies. With Sunset Shimmer, she mind controlled people. With the Sirens, they tried to take over the world and mind control. And in Friendship Games, Midnight Sparkle, she tried to take over Equestria, and she was very close to killing a couple of the students. And now that you realize all the other villains in the other Equestria Girls movies, Gloriosa does not really seem that much of a threatening villain anymore. But now on to the positives of this movie. So one positive I have for this movie is that the songs are actually pretty damn good. I like these songs are actually really good. I listened to most of the songs in this movie on repeat, not gonna lie. I mean, like, the movie was trash, but the songs are really good. My favorite one is probably The Midnight in Me. That one gives me the chills. That song is really powerful. A lot of people are saying like that song is really similar to Luna's Future, and yeah, I could see that this movie does seem like a Luna's Future too, and Luna's Future is also a really good song, and that's probably why The Midnight in Me was also really good. And another thing I liked about this movie is probably the final battle. And now, as not threatening as Gloriosa as a villain, the final battle is actually really good, not gonna lie. That final battle was actually really epic. So, yeah, the final battle was pretty good. All the main six just using their powers, that was pretty cool. And the parts where Pinkie Pie was just kind of throwing her sprinkles at the little vines, that was pretty cool. There's also a villain song in this movie, and the villain song the villain song during the final battle just made it even more epic. So yeah, the final battle, definitely a really good one. Not the best one in the Equestria Girls franchise, but it's pretty good. And now for the final positive I have for this movie, I like how this movie kind of talked about PTSD a little bit. So in this movie, Twi is still traumatized about what happened in the last movie, where she turned into Midnight Sparkle. And yeah, she is right about being scared about Midnight Sparkle, because, like I mentioned earlier in the review, she did kind of do some messed up stuff. So yeah, she was dealing with that in the movie, and the person who comforts her throughout the movie and tries to help her is Sunset Shimmer, which does make a lot of sense, because Sunset Shimmer has done a lot of fucked up shit in the past, as we could tell from the first Equestria Girls movie. So it makes sense that Sunset Shimmer would be the one to help her, because Sunset Shimmer also went through the same situation where she was not really a nice person and she turned into a monster, and it took some time for the students to forgive her for that. But now she seems to be doing well. Now she has a lot of friends. And another thing I like about this movie is probably Sunset Shimmer in the movie, because in this movie Sunset Shimmer shows a lot of growth in this movie. I mean, like, if you guys remember the first Equestria Girls movie, she was a really rude person. But now Sunset Shimmer is kind of the leader, because the Pony Twilight is in the pony world, and she's really busy. And Side Twi is a completely different version of the Pony Twilight. So Side Twi is not really a leader yet. So Sunset has to teach her, and Sunset Shimmer is just kind of giving her advice. And this movie really does show that Sunset is fit to be a leader now, and this definitely does show that Sunset Shimmer has really changed. But yeah, overall, Legend of Everfree is definitely the weakest out of all the Equestria Girls movies. This movie was also pretty boring. I know I said that in the first Equestria Girls movie review, but I will give the first Equestria Girls movie some credit. At least the movie was not completely boring. At least in the first Equestria Girls movie, a lot of things were going on, and there was the story does seem necessary, and the plot was also really entertaining. I mean, not really entertaining, but it was kind of. But with Legend of Everfree, most of the movie, it was just completely boring. So overall, I give Legend of Everfree a 5 out of 10. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and remember, always make sure to have fun.